Huntsville International Airport to Madison City Stadium.
Copy, Huntsville Tower. JC Jets ready for target. Target locked.
James Clemens Jets, you are cleared for takeoff.
All right, welcome to another week, Friday Night Flight Plan, here with head coach Chad McGehee of the James Clemens Jets. Got a lot to talk about today. First off, last night at Champy's, they averted what could have been a catastrophe. They had some arson going around the Tennessee Valley, and Champy's was one of those locations that happened to. And we just want to, say that we're glad that things didn't go south with that. They were able to get things back up and get us here today. So we appreciate them each and every week letting us host the Friday Night Flight Plan here at Champy's on Madison Boulevard. We've got a lot to cover. Had a big homecoming game, a lot of cool things going on within the school, and we'll talk about a big region game coming up against Florence. But first, let's look at the highlights of the Lee homecoming game. Welcome back to Champy's on Highway 20 on Madison Boulevard. Here with head coach Chad McGehee. Big game, homecoming game. Kind of one of these situations we talked about where it's not a region game, but you definitely wanted to power through. Had a great game, a lot of key players. But what are your thoughts so far just on the game the other night with Lee?
Well, I mean, we offensively, I thought we played really well, played at a high level, played really well on special teams. Defensively we started out slow, and we've got to do some things to improve in that area. Homecoming, and it's good to have the alumni back, and it's always good to get a win and on a weekend like that.
So the offensive side, there's two. We'll talk about some key players that are really definitely making a difference. We know Dante Snodgrass, who's the senior, coming back, but Kamari Pittman has been one that we've been enjoying to watch. Had some injury last year, didn't really get to come out, but let's talk about Kamari a little bit and the big game for him on Friday night.
Oh yeah, well, Kamari's been big for us all year, and we're just glad he's back out there this year and doing what Kamari does. And he's exciting. He's an explosive player, and we're doing a good job utilizing him as well.
Dante, we talked about just a second ago that it was kind of wild. He got that one run where he slipped and fell down, but then ended up getting like a 90-yard return. His speed and his explosiveness.
Oh, yeah, he's been incredible. I mean, he had a punt return too. They got called back, and that's a shame. But he's doing it on offense and special teams, and it's exciting to watch him. And I'm proud of him for what he's been able to do this season, and proud of our offensive line too. They've done a really good job up front, clearing holes and making it happen for him as well.
I think there was one play that I kind of laughed calling from the top where Max got a huge pancake block that opened up a touchdown, and I inadvertently said that was sponsored by IHOP to kind of do that. But I mean, he had a pretty good game the other night as well.
Yeah, he definitely did, and that was a big block that he was able to help us spring for a touchdown, and proud of him and the year he's having as well.
Like you said, slow start on defense, but then as the game kind of progressed, Cam Barnett still playing strong on your defensive side.
Yeah, Cam is kind of a Swiss Army knife. He's played some safety, and we've got him at the nickel spot now, and had a big night, had over 10 tackles the other night, and played at a really, really high level. And Keenan Hill is another guy that had a big night, had an interception. Had a big pass breakup that Luca Fafori was able to, catching the air after he caused it to pop out of the receiver's hands. And, so he had a great night as well, and just really proud of those guys and how they're playing.
Playing strong, continuing on. They're 6-0 right now, but kind of got to wash that out as a new team comes in. Big region game. We'll talk about the Florence game coming up in just a bit. Each and every week we feature a very special junior ROTC member at James Clemens High School. This week it's brought to you, as always, by Guardian Real Estate Group and Jerry Burrell. Jerry does something very cool. If you buy or sell your home through Jerry, he'll donate a percentage of his commission to go to a scholarship for both a senior JC football player and a senior junior JROTC member. So, Jerry, thank you so much for supporting Jets football. This week, our future guardian of the game is Cadet Captain Kaylee Stieber. Welcome back to Champy's on Highway 20 in Madison, and it's now time to do a segment we call Get to Know. It's easy to talk about yourself, but it's really cool when someone else gets to talk about you. And Landon Carroll is going to talk about our senior running back, number 1, Dante Snodgrass.
Athletic, bilingual, short. Yeah, that's about it. Dante, in his free time, he likes to learn a second language, as in Japanese. You should interview him about it. You should know a little bit. But he's bilingual, but whenever he's not learning another language, he generally is in gardening. And yeah, that's a little about Dante. He likes pistachio, Rocky Road. Well, Dante's Amish, if you didn't know, so he's actually deathly afraid of tinfoil.
Welcome back to Champy's on Highway 20, Madison Boulevard. It's so funny to me. You'll learn this. You're new to the area. It's like this area seems to have the numbered road and the name road, so you get kind of confused. But Highway 20 or Madison Boulevard, Champy's huge supporter of James Clemens Jets football. We appreciate them hosting us each and every week. We're 3-0 in the region right now, but there's 4 big games in the region left, and one of those, the guys from Florence will be coming over for another home game at Madison City Stadium. So what can we expect out of this coming Friday night's game against Florence?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a battle. They're coming off a bye week. They've had some guys that were injured. That'll be coming back, and it'll probably be the most complete team that we've seen this year. From here on out, it's just a battle for that region title, and it's just another team that's trying to put themselves in a position to host a playoff game, as we all are. So they'll bring their best.
I'm not a coach. You're coaching these things. As you go through this, how much of that management, when you get into this part of the season, because this is where the guys are getting banged up, you got to figure out when's the right time to rest them, when's time to push through. How much of that is into the decision making as you go each and every week?
Well, we try to tweak practice each week to try to make sure that we're taking care of our players. Last week we didn't go full pads, and may not the rest of the year, just to make sure that we're healthy at this point. And at this point it's all about preparation rather than physicality during the week. We monitor those guys with our training staff as well, and just try to keep our thumb on them. But unfortunately for us, we haven't had a bye week, and we won't have one till after game 10. So we've got to, we've got to be smart and try to stay healthy these next 4 weeks.
Some of them will probably be a little bit of a rude awakening. They had homecomings. They probably stayed up a little later this past weekend than they probably should have. So I'm sure.
Possibly. Yeah. So we'll find out here at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on another big win, and good luck as we continue on through with Florence this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Hanging out at Champy's on Madison Boulevard, our Friday night flight plan, all kinds of stuff go into the actual experience for football. On the field, we talked about our trainers. One of those that's very important is the film crew. If we didn't have the film that the players can watch to prep for, kind of see what they did right, what they did wrong, or what they're going into the next week's game, it's very important. So the James Clemens film crew is essential to making the sideline experience happen.
I wanted to film for the football team because I enjoy sports. I've loved football since I was, I don't know, like 6 years old, and it's just always been a thing that I enjoy. I enjoy game day. I love going out with the team, wherever they're going, in the press box, talking with my friends while we're just enjoying it. I think filming for football has benefited me because it gives me the experience that I need to help further my career in sports film, and it's just amazing experience.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us for Friday Night Flight Plan, our weekly look, every single home game for James Clemens Jets football. Thank you once again for Champy's for letting us host this event here. We do have the game coming up this week. It's against Florence. Then we'll go on the road. We'll take on Grissom and Sparkman and come back for the final game of the year, which will be October 22nd against Albertville. Thank you guys very much, and go Jets. We'd also like to have a special thanks to the Jet Press and Mr. Clay Combs, producers Kinsley Hunter and Abby Wimberly, the crew Connor Douglas, McKenna Barnett, Zach Williams, Libby Harwell, Eamon Corelli, Carson Erskine, and Kinsey McGuirk. Until next time, go Jets.